So I mentioned in one of my videos the important role that breasts played in my psyche. In the not the 1990s, but in that Y2K generation, breasts really were everywhere. I remember watching different sitcoms, from The Office to, I don't know, Friends. I never watched Friends, but but anyway, in all of these sitcoms, you would hear mention of women's breasts, and there was such a strong emphasis on just the way they looked. There were comments about the unevenness of some women's breasts, comments about the desirability of big breasts. I even read an article, I remember, in the late 2000s, about how if a woman gets breast implants, they're so much more attractive to men, and they're so much more likely to attract a mate and a husband. And it was very odd because I was attracting men, but I still felt very uncomfortable, uncomfortable about the way I looked. So tried to hide, not being that comfortable when it came to sex, which was obviously a detriment for me, as well as the other person. But it didn't help that I would get certain comments as well. So I am very thin. I have a proportional body for my figure, but yet, even up until recent times, I had an ex-partner who tried to get me to gain weight so I would be more curvy because he thought I looked like a boy. I do not look like a boy. My body is, again, shaped very much like a woman, but a thin woman. And also I would get comments from my family. So I remember my uncle, when I was 19, he told me that I needed to gain weight because when I enter the workforce, then men will take me more seriously if I am more curvy, and I will be more likely to get a promotion than the way I am right now. And that is completely absurd for all of you that are listening, but that definitely comes from that old school 1950s idea of beauty. Now, I talk a lot about men, but we can't forget the women in my life. And I remember as a child, when I was around 10 and a half, 11, I was actually one of the first girls in my classroom that started getting breasts. And I remember my mom making fun of me and referring to them as little peas under my shirt. And it wasn't in a cute, making fun way. It was really more of like a putting me down, putting my body down, my developing body down, and making me feel insecure and just not attractive, or not just not good enough. And so this idea of not being good enough, and this obsession with breasts that just invaded my psyche. I remember I'd always look at women's chests and compare, and it was bad. Anyway, I always thought to myself, flippantly, that if ever I were to have breast cancer, I would get breast implants. And that way, it would be a great excuse for me to get breast implants and to be that ideal woman, that thin, big-breasted woman that I so longed to be. And that was just a no-brainer for me. And I always thought about it so flippantly, almost in a way wished breast cancer in a certain part of me, I would even say. Another thing I should add is, like most women, my breasts are not completely proportionate. My right was always smaller than the left one. And the hatred that I gave my right one is terrible. Just looking back, and I would always, just want it to grow bigger. Come on, maybe just push yourself a bit more, and just giving it a lot of negativity, really, at this throughout my life, because of that. Because if only it was a little bit bigger. The left one could have been 2, but the right one should be bigger. And there was such an obsession, I would say, when it comes to this. And so the reason I go into the breast cancer is that I'm going to be talking in my other videos about my journey through that my breast cancer journey. And I wanted you to get a little taste as to where I'm coming from and the struggles that I have been dealing with when it comes to body image. And this is just one of the many struggles, but anyway, just to give you that picture and to take you a bit further into that journey.